Building. Training. Construction complete.
Ready for base expansion.
Building.
Need some more space?
Construction complete. New construction options. Building.
We'll find some new land.
Construction complete. New construction options. Building. Training. Building. Construction
Hard hat with a
complete.
handgun.
Construction complete. Building. Construction complete.
Hard hat with a
Cannot
handgun.
deploy here. New construction options. Building. Construction complete. Building.
Where's the problem? Prepping control. Got a job for me?
Training.
Rifle squad ready.
Building. Construction complete.
Rifle squad
Construction complete. Building captured. Construction complete.
Rifle squad ready.
New construction options.
Rifle squad ready.
Building.
Rifle squad ready.
Enemy units sighted. New construction
Rifle squad
options.
ready.
Our base is under attack.
Rifle
Building.
squad ready.
Repairing.
Rifle squad. Rifle squad ready. Dig in.
Construction
Squad ready.
complete.
Sandbags. Reporting in.
Missile squad ready for combat.
This way, rifle squad. Squad ready.
Construction complete.
Set her up. Keep your weapon ready. Ground support. Sandbags. Yes, sir. Set her up.
Enemy units sighted. Construction complete. Training. On hold. Cancelled. Training. Our base is under attack. Building. Unit under attack. New construction options. Construction complete. Cannot deploy here. Cannot
Armored and ready.
deploy here. Repairing. Building.
Rig packed up and ready.
Construction complete. New construction
Armored
options.
and ready.
Building. Building.
We got it all right here.
Silos needed. Construction
Rig
complete.
packed up and ready.
Training. Training. Our base is under attack.
Got it.
Enemy units sighted.
Rig here. Let's make it good. Base defense is all packed up. Yep. We got it all right here.
Building.
Behemoth emerging. Behemoth emerging.
Construction complete. Cannot deploy here. Cannot deploy here. Cannot deploy here. Our base is under attack.
Behemoth
Training.
emerging.
Training.
Behemoth emerging.
Enemy units sighted. Building. Upgrade complete. Building.
Firehawk docked and ready. Firehawk docked and ready.
Keep your weapon ready. Sandbags. Rifle squad. Set her up.
Emerging. Firehawk docked and ready. Firehawk docked and ready.
Construction complete. Upgrade complete. Our base is under attack. Construction complete.
Firehawk
Enemy units
docked and
sighted.
ready.
New construction
Firehawk docked and
options.
ready.
Training. Unit under attack. Building. Building.
Firehawk docked
Unit
and ready.
lost.
Firehawk docked and ready.
Construction complete. Construction complete.
Behemoth
Upgrade
emerging.
complete.
Behemoth
Building.
emerging.
Our base is under attack. Construction complete. Repairing. Enemy unit sighted. Unit under attack. Upgrade complete.
Emerging. Hit the thrusters.
Enemy base
Target
sighted.
confirmed.
Upgrade complete. Repairing. Repairing. Building.
Behemoth emerging.
Training. Construction complete. Unit lost. Unit under attack. Building.
Grenade squad
Behemoth
already.
emerging.
Cannot deploy here. Upgrade complete. Construction complete.
Yes, sir. Sandbags. Reporting in.
Behemoth emerging.
Silos needed. Enemy unit sighted.
Guns ready.
Grenade squad
I'll be there. Ready and waiting.
Our base is under attack.
Make some room. How about some action?
Upgrade complete.
Grenade squad already.
Ready and waiting.
Emitters charged. Adjusting position.
Hold them down. Behemoth emerging. How about some action?
Enemy base sighted.
Walker here.
Unit under attack.
Fearless. Reclamation in progress. Size matters.
Unit promoted.
Behemoth emerging.
Training. Our base is under attack. Cancelled. Building. Building. Unit under attack.
Firehawk docked and ready. We're clear. Target confirmed. Welcome to the party. Firehawk docked and ready.
Training. On hold. Cancelled. Training. Our base is under attack.
Rifle
Unit
squad
promoted.
ready.
Construction complete.
Rifle
Unit
squad
under
ready.
attack. Silos needed.
Firehawk docked and ready.
Cannot
Rifle
deploy
squad
here.
ready.
Building.
Rifle squad ready.
Cannot deploy here. Building.
Rifle squad ready.
Building. Building.
Rifle squad ready.
Firehawk docked and ready.
Construction complete.
Rifle squad
Construction
ready.
complete.
Awaiting orders.
Rifle squad ready. Squad ready. Riflemen, move out. Keep your weapon ready. Rifle squad ready. Ground support. Yes, sir. Rifle squad
Enemy
ready. Ground
unit
support.
sighted.
Securing area. Keep your weapon ready.
Construction complete.
Ground support. Yes, sir. Rendezvous point confirmed.
Construction complete.
Yes, sir. Move!
Ready
Our
and waiting.
base is under attack. Unit under attack. Unit lost.
Keep your weapon ready.
Awaiting orders. Complying.
Ready to roll.
Building. Cannot deploy here. Building. Construction complete. Cannot deploy here. Construction complete. Our base is under attack. Cannot deploy here. Unit under attack.
Firehawk standing
Silence
by.
needed.
We'll take that area.
Unit promoted.
Up and over.
Enemy base
Approaching
sighted.
target. Abort mission.
Our base is under attack. Building. Cannot deploy here. Construction complete. Unit under attack. Unit lost. Training.
Rifle
Repairing.
squad ready.
Repairing.
Rifle squad ready. Rifle squad
Our
ready.
base is under attack. Building. Unit
Rifle
promoted.
squad ready.
Building. Construction complete. Enemy unit sighted. Building. Construction complete. Building. Construction complete. Construction complete. Building. Unit under attack. Training. 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 On hold. Cancelled. Our base is under attack.
On the
Training.
battlefield. On the battlefield.
Repairing.
Bomber standing by.
On the battlefield.
Enemy unit sighted.
On the battlefield.
Size matters.
Promoted.
Watching my 6. Ready to deploy.
Enemy
On
base
the
sighted.
battlefield. On the
Silence
battlefield.
needed.
On the battlefield.
Unit under attack.
Firehawk here. We're going in.
On the battlefield.
Unit
Under
lost.
fire. On the
Construction
battlefield. Enemies
complete.
inbound. Yes, sir.
All set.
On the battlefield.
We've been hit. Return to base.
On the battlefield. On the battlefield. Awaiting orders. I'm gone. On the battlefield. On the
Unit
battlefield.
promoted. Unit under attack.
On the battlefield. On the battlefield.
Select target.
On the battlefield.
Enemy base sighted. Select target.
On the battlefield.
Confirmed. Airstrike's on its way.
On the
Select
battlefield.
target. Select target.
On the battlefield. On the battlefield. On the battlefield. On the battlefield.
Unit under attack.
On the battlefield.
Yes, sir.
On the battlefield. Wolverine ready.
Ready and waiting.
On the battlefield. On the battlefield. On the battlefield.
Building. Our
On the
base is
battlefield.
under attack.
On the battlefield.
Construction complete. Building.
On the battlefield.
Construction
On the
complete.
battlefield.
Silos
On the
needed.
battlefield.
Cannot deploy here. Building.
On the
Training.
battlefield. On the
Construction
battlefield.
complete.
On the battlefield.
Looking good. All set.
On the
Firehawk
battlefield.
standing by.
Unit under attack.
On the battlefield.
Firehawk docked and ready.
On the battlefield.
Emitters charged.
On the
Unit
battlefield.
promoted. Our
On the
base is under
battlefield.
attack.
On the battlefield. On the battlefield. On the battlefield.
Enemy unit sighted.
On the battlefield. On the battlefield. On the battlefield. On the battlefield. On the battlefield.
Unit under attack.
On the battlefield. On the battlefield.
Armored artillery. On my way.
On the battlefield. On the battlefield.
Enemy
On
unit
the
sighted.
battlefield.
On hold. Cancelled. Training.
On the battlefield. On the battlefield.
Silos needed.
On the battlefield. On the battlefield. On the battlefield.
Rig ready to move out.
On the battlefield.
Rig packed up and ready. Got it. Where we going?
On the battlefield.
Enemy
Moving.
unit sighted.
On the
No
battlefield.
wasting time now. Where we going?
On the battlefield.
Moving.
On the battlefield.
Rolling.
On the battlefield. On the
Got it.
battlefield.
Walker here.
Unit under
Got it
attack.
all right here.
On the battlefield. On the battlefield.
Where we going? Right.
On the battlefield.
Guns ready. Flying.
Adjusting position.
On the battlefield.
Revising deployment vector.
Enemy unit sighted.
On the battlefield. Sir? On the battlefield.
Our base is under
Size
attack.
matters.
Silos needed.
On the
Ready to
battlefield.
deploy.
On the battlefield. Waiting orders.
Unit promoted.
On the battlefield. On the battlefield. Orders received.
Ready to
On the
roll.
Enemy
battlefield.
unit sighted.
We have a lock. Ready. On the battlefield. Scouting. On the battlefield. Guns prime. On the battlefield.
Unit under attack.
Fire hawk here.
Unit
On the
lost.
battlefield. On the battlefield.
Training.
Waiting orders.
Size matters.
On the battlefield. On the battlefield. On the battlefield. Docked and ready.
Enemy unit
On
sighted.
the battlefield.
Enemy base sighted. Training on hold. Cancelled. Training.
On the battlefield.
Unit under
Yes, sir.
attack.
You got it.
Ready to
On the
deploy.
battlefield. Firehawk, docked and ready. I'll take this. On the battlefield.
Watching my 6.
On the battlefield. Bring the pain.
Size matters.
On the battlefield. On
Silence
the
needed.
battlefield. On the battlefield. Waiting orders.
Mark. Take him out.
On the battlefield.
Unit under attack.
On the
Unit lost.
battlefield. On the battlefield. On the battlefield.
Systems
On the battlefield. Wolverine ready.
Emitters charged. Crush them.
On the battlefield. Your command. On the battlefield. Moving out.
Ready to deploy.
On the battlefield.
Full power.
On the battlefield.
Assault
Unit
vector
under
On
out.
the battle. Waiting orders.
Emitters charged.
On the battlefield. On the
Unit
battlefield.
promoted.
On the
Watching my
battlefield.
6.
Yes, sir. Steel talons
Size
roll.
matters.
At your command. On the
Systems
battlefield. On
engaged.
the battlefield. On the
Size
battlefield.
matters.
Enemy unit sighted.
Looking good. On the battlefield. On the battlefield.
Training.
On the
Unit under
battlefield.
attack. Unit
Looking good.
lost. Training.
In combat. Taking damage.
deploy.
On the battlefield. Ready.
Emitters
Ion
charged.
cannon ready.
Dock and ready. No problem.
Systems
On the
engaged.
Promoted.
Enemy
On the
sighted.
battlefield. Dock and ready.
Overwhelming.
At your command.
Leaderless.
On the battlefield.
Enemy sighted.
Firehawk. On the
Assault
battlefield.
vector
Unit
out.
under attack.
On the
Enemy
battlefield.
sighted. Full power.
Firehawk. Docked and ready.
Bringing in
Waiting
the big
orders. On the
guns.
battlefield. On the
Silence
battlefield.
needed.
Got it.
Mark.
On
Ready
the
to roll.
battlefield. On the
Assault
battlefield.
initiated.
On the battlefield. Firehawk.
Full power.
At your command. On the battlefield. No problem. On the battlefield. Ready. Yes, sir. On the battlefield.
Unit under attack.
Ready to deploy.
Unit lost.
On the battlefield. On the battlefield. On the battlefield.
Combat vector engaged.
Sir, orders received.
Unit promoted.
Bringing in the big guns.
On the battlefield. On the battlefield.
Systems engaged.
No problem. Got it. On the battlefield. On the battlefield.
On hold. Cancelled. Unit under attack.
Size matters.
On the battlefield.
Assault initiated. Mark.
Unit
Emitters
On the
promoted.
charged.
battlefield. On the 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 battlefield.
Wolverine ready.
Size matters.
On the battlefield. On the
Enemy unit
battlefield.
sighted. Unit under attack.
Systems engaged.
On the battlefield.
Overwhelming.
On the
Silence needed.
battlefield. On the battlefield. On the battlefield. On the battlefield. On the battlefield.
Ready to roll.
Let's get in there. No
Unit
problem.
lost.
On the battlefield. Engage. On the battlefield. On the battlefield.
Unit under attack.
Sir? Orders received.
Size matters.
On the
Watching
battlefield.
my
On the
six.
battlefield. On the
Systems engaged.
battlefield. On the battlefield. On the battlefield. On the battlefield. On
Fearless.
the battlefield.
Combat vector engaged.
Unit under attack.
Ready to roll.
On the battlefield. On the battlefield.
Enemy unit
Bringing
On the
sighted.
battlefield.
Enemy defeated.
Adjusting position.
On the battlefield. On the battlefield.
Systems engaged.
On the
Watching my
battlefield.
six.
Unit promoted.
On the battlefield.
Bringing
On the
in the big
battlefield.
Unit
I'll
lost.
take this. On the battlefield.
Combat vector engaged.
On the battlefield. On the
Emitters
battlefield.
charged.
Silence
On the
needed.
battlefield. On the battlefield. On the battlefield.
Size matters.
Target acquired.
Unit
Wolverine ready.
under attack. Enemy defeated. You are victorious.